Pripyat, a name that once symbolized progress, hope, and community, is now synonymous with desolation and sorrow. On April 26, 1986, the bustling town abruptly fell silent in the shadow of catastrophe. Built to house the workers of the nearby Chernobyl nuclear power plant and their families, Pripyat was a place of optimism and forward thinking. That optimism was destroyed in an instant when Reactor No. 4 exploded, unleashing a nightmare that would render the town uninhabitable forever. Almost overnight, nearly 50,000 residents abandoned their homes, schools, and lives, believing they'd return in a matter of days. Days turned to decades, and now Pripyat stands frozen in time. A ghost town, decaying under the weight of its tragic past. Its empty streets, crumbling buildings, and eerie remnants of daily life make it feel as though the town itself is alive, haunted by memories and something far more sinister. What truly lingers in this forsaken place? Is it just history left to rot? Or do shadows and whispers hold secrets that no living soul can understand? Before the disaster, Pripyat was a thriving city, a model of Soviet ambition. It had everything a modern town could offer: schools, hospitals, sports centers, theaters, and even an amusement park. Scheduled to open on May 1, 1986, the park never welcomed a single visitor. Its rusting Ferris wheel and bumper cars now stand as chilling symbols of a future that never arrived. The explosion at Chernobyl's Reactor No. 4 was catastrophic, releasing deadly radioactive material into the atmosphere. Within hours, the people of Pripyat were exposed to dangerous levels of radiation, though they were initially told nothing. When evacuation orders finally came 36 hours later, residents left with only the essentials, assured they'd be back soon. They never returned. Today, their belongings remain eerily untouched. Children's toys lie scattered in dusty apartments. Dishes sit on tables, as if waiting for a meal, and personal photos hang on peeling walls. Every object tells a story, and every story feels incomplete, as though the lives they belong to were paused mid-sentence. Walking through Pripyat is like stepping into a photograph of a moment long gone. But the silence that surrounds you feels far from peaceful. In the decades since the disaster, nature has reclaimed Pripyat. Trees grow through the floors of buildings, vines snake up walls, and wildlife roams freely where people once lived. The once busy streets are now overgrown with grass and weeds, creating a surreal mix of urban decay and wilderness. The town's landmarks are particularly haunting. The amusement park is a standout. Its Ferris wheel looms over the town, rusting in the elements, its seats empty but somehow still waiting. The school, one of the most unsettling locations, remains eerily intact. Desks sit in neat rows. Textbooks are left open on lessons never finished, and gas masks, issued in the wake of the disaster, are scattered across the floors like grim relics of a nightmare. The hospital, where many first responders were treated, is perhaps the most chilling. Bandages, syringes, and medical supplies lie abandoned, and the morgue still holds echoes of those who perished. The air feels heavier here, as though the building itself is mourning the horrors it witnessed. Even as nature thrives, the decay feels alive. Visitors report hearing the creaks of collapsing structures, the whistle of wind through shattered windows, and occasionally sounds that don't seem to belong. Pripyat's silence is often interrupted by inexplicable noises. Visitors have reported hearing faint whispers, laughter, or even the sound of children playing in the school halls. These sounds are fleeting and distant, leaving many to question if their minds are playing tricks, or if the echoes of the past linger in the air. Footsteps are another common occurrence. Explorers describe hearing the distinct sound of someone walking behind them, only to turn around and find no one there. The sensation is unsettling, as though something unseen is following, watching, or even guiding them deeper into the ruins. One chilling story comes from a group of urban explorers who ventured into the hospital. As they walked through the dark corridors, they heard what sounded like a woman sobbing softly. The sound grew louder as they approached a particular room, but when they stepped inside, it was empty. The sobbing stopped abruptly, and the air grew unnaturally cold. Terrified, they left immediately, convinced they had encountered something not of this world. Shadowy figures are another unsettling phenomenon. Many visitors claim to have seen human-like silhouettes standing in windows or moving between buildings. These figures vanish when approached, leaving behind only a lingering sense of unease. Are these merely tricks of the light, or are they the spirits of those who never left? Pripyat is home to more than just eerie encounters. It is steeped in urban legends that add to its haunted reputation. One such legend tells of mutated creatures roaming the town, their forms twisted by radiation. Stories of glowing eyes in the darkness or abnormally large animals keep explorers on edge, though no definitive proof has surfaced. The black figure of Pripyat is perhaps the most terrifying myth. This shadowy entity, described as a tall humanoid figure with glowing red eyes, is said to appear near Reactor No. 4. According to legend, its presence is a harbinger of disaster, much like the Mothman of American folklore. Sightings of this figure have been reported by both explorers and workers at the exclusion zone, though no one can say for certain what it is or what it wants. Another chilling tale is the phantom evacuation. Some visitors claim to have seen ghostly figures walking through the streets, carrying suitcases or holding children's hands. These apparitions, described as semi-transparent and eerily silent, are believed to be echoes of the day the town was evacuated, a moment so traumatic it imprinted itself onto the very fabric of Pripyat. Pripyat is more than just an abandoned town. It is a place where the past refuses to rest. Every building, every street, and every object seems to carry the weight of what happened here. The radioactive decay mirrors the emotional decay left behind, and the town feels alive, with memories that cannot be forgotten. Visitors describe an overwhelming sense of sadness as they walk through Pripyat, as though the town itself is mourning. Others report feeling unwelcome, as if an unseen force is watching them, waiting for them to leave. And then there are those who encounter things they cannot explain: whispers, shadows, and an unshakable sense of being followed. Would you dare to visit Pripyat? Pripyat is a place of contradictions. It is both a monument to human tragedy and a chilling reminder of nature's resilience. It is silent, yet loud with memories. It is empty, yet full of presence. If you ever find yourself near Chernobyl, you may feel tempted to explore Pripyat, but be warned, this is not a place for the faint-hearted. As you walk through its decaying streets, past its rusting playgrounds, and into its crumbling buildings, you may feel the weight of its history pressing down on you. And if you listen closely, you might hear the whispers of those who never truly left, calling out from the shadows, reminding you of the day the world stopped. So, do you dare to step into this haunting ghost town? Will you uncover the secrets hidden within its crumbling walls? Or will you become another story in Pripyat's chilling legend? One thing is certain: once you enter Pripyat, it will never truly let you go. If you decide to visit, share your experiences with us. We'd love to hear your stories. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more haunting tales and explorations.